Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chapter 2 of Choice of Robots. And we cannot continue this story of Dr. Doofenshmirtz without Sebastian. Say hi.
Yes, hello, Perry the YouTube bus.
Welcome. We're gonna mess everything up again, like Doofenshmirtz, and we're gonna get messed up by Perry the Platypus. Oh my god, we should have called our robot Perry the Platypus. Oh my
Called
god.
him a robot Norm.
We could have called him. We had so many options.
Throckmorton's just such a funny name.
We called him Throckmorton.
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 Sounds like something from a fucking D&D campaign.
It does. I am Throckmorton the Barbarian, or something. I don't know. Let's continue. The next day, you take Throckmorton's frame to Stanford's hackerspace, which has more tools for electronics than the fabrication shop. None of the other students are around in the morning on a Sunday, but the long stainless steel workbenches are littered with their strange half-finished projects. Blech. A half-disassembled Furby, a potato gun, a circuit board connected to a houseplant.
Okay. What's a potato gun?
It's a potato gun. I don't know what
Is it a gun that shoots potatoes or a gun that's meant for shooting potatoes?
It's a potato gun. What other is there?
Or is it like one of those fucking potato doctors that just fills your potato with like herbs and spices and shit?
That would be cool, but I don't know
Fucking
what it
borderline
is.
useless.
I don't know.
Wi-Fi connected or something.
Wi-Fi connected potato gun? Now with Wi-Fi. You begin assembling the monitors. 我没有啊。切好了。行啊，不送了，这里有。I exist. Okay, let's continue. You begin assembling the... Okay, we'll start again in 3, 2, 1. You begin assembling the monitors and wires that will power Throckmorton's frame. What will you use for a power source? What would Doofenshmirtz use? Like...
Well, Doofenshmirtz would use a squirrel running around in a little wheel. That's what he would use.
Let's find the simplest thing. Like, the simplest. Because, Doofenshmirtz. Which one do you
Let's go.
think?
I'm thinking biodiesel engine.
Good for the environment, and everybody likes the smell of French fries. Great idea. You're more environmentally and socially conscious than most inventors, ready to sacrifice some elegance in the name of saving the plant. You have your buckets full of leftover grease from a nearby fast food restaurant all ready to go. Why would Doofenshmirtz have that? I don't know.
Doofenshmirtz has all sorts of things. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if he had a couple gallons of grease.
People near Throckmorton.
Like, I mean, he got like hundreds upon hundreds of bratwurst.
Hundreds.
Like stacks, like
whoa.
triple, like 3 times his height.
Whoa. People near Throckmorton will find his smell of McDonald's French fries strangely comforting. Plus empathy. You'll need a lot of monitors to be able to power your full robot, in addition to the monitors he needs when he rolls, and the motor to power his T-Rex arms. He also needs monitors for moving his head and eyes. But after speccing out the power available to you, you can still splurge by adding extra monitors in one place. What will it be?
Motors, not monitors.
Damn it, motors.
Saying monitors.
Monitors. What will a motor... Where would we put the extra motors? Like, what will it help it with? Do we want to extra degrees of facial features?
What did we use for the face? It was like the Muppet thing.
Yep, we're a puppet. It's like a puppet face.
I don't think we need realistic facial features. It just needs to open and close its mouth like Kermit.
Yep. Do you want to save the power for Throckmorton's mind, or improve his short arms?
I don't know. Save all our power for his massive intellect. Let's save power for Throckmorton's mind.
Great idea. +3 autonomy. Oh.
Damn.
You decide not to add any more motors to Throckmorton. The extra power can be used to overclock Throckmorton's multi-core CPU instead. +++ autonomy. You suppose you can call it Throckmorton hot-headed. Sorry.
That's a stat change. Sorry.
Sorry. Wait. Is that a stat? No, that's not a stat chain. We gotten less humanity. We've lost more and more humanity. Oh, and here's the summary of last chapter. How did we lose more humanity? What kind of evil person are we?
Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. How has that not gotten into your head yet?
I know,
we
but
are Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. We've been basing all of our decisions off of what Heinz would do.
I know, but he wouldn't lose all his humanity.
Which question?
He likes Perry the Platypus. You take out your smartphone out of your pocket and snap it into place in the core of the robot's frame. You then put it in a tiny periscope in place that will channel light from the robot's ostensible eyes to your smartphone's camera. You start up the app that will bring your robot fully to life. A barbershop pole progresses the bar inches across the screen as the program systematically destroys all the other information on your phone to make room for Throckmorton's working memory. As the program is booting.
That's,
Yes?
Wanna...
You place Throckmorton on the Formica floor. Mika? I don't know. So that he's ready to move around. When Throckmorton's brain is done booting up, his smartphone screen is a simply big red button on your robot's back that says go. Oh, do you want to narrate this? My throat hurts.
Throckmorton's limbs begin to flex and unflex wildly as he rolls in herky-jerky movements around the room. Since you've already given him a fair amount of autonomy, you decide to skip the usual careful test phase and go directly to seeing whether he could figure himself out. Now for a test of Throckmorton's ability to track targets. You fish a wind-up mouse out of your pocket, wind it, and let it go racing across the floor. The wind of the mouse's wind-up motor attracts Throckmorton's attention, and the robot gives chase. As Throckmorton gets close, the mouse's direction changes. Throckmorton does not change directions fast enough, and he clumsily crashes into one of the workbenches. As he dazedly backs away, you can see he has left a dent.
Well, what do we say to our little Throckmorton guy? Bad robot. Bad. Or you poor thing. Oops, what happened? Did you crash?
I think an option 2, because I feel like Doof, if this was Perry the Platypus, he would be more sympathetic to him. Because,
So...
he's not really that evil.
Yeah, he's not. So it's you poor thing.
Yes.
You pat Throckmorton on the head, and he relaxes at your touch. Do you want to do Throckmorton, since I'm doing main character protagonist?
Thank you, Master.
+1 empathy. Is Master alright for what Throckmorton calls you? I prefer Sensei. No, Throckmorton should call me by my first name. What would Throckmorton call us? What would he?
It's type it.
Okay, let's type it. What would he call us?
Doof.
Doof?
Doof.
Doof. Just doof.
Yes.
Just doof.
Doof.
Just doof.
Yes.
Get
Hit
doof.
the next button.
Yes, perfect. Yes. Perfect. Call me.
Like how it's so critical of us. Like, really? You want this bucket of bullets to call you doof?
Doof.
Are you kidding me?
Call me Doof, you say.
That's doof.
Having completed Throckmorton's initial test run, what will you do now? Great question. What will we do now?
Um, could
Um,
fix. Actually, no. Doof would probably leave his machines flawed. How else would they get so easily destroyed by Perry the Platypus?
yep.
Maybe start teaching Throckmorton words.
Okay, let's teach him how to speak the language of talking.
Yes,
Boom.
the classic language of talking.
My favorite. Okay, the windows of the Stanford Child Study Center are crowded with abstract crayon drawings. The signatures of their 2 to 5 year old artists are so unique in each interpretation of the Roman alphabet, though as a backward S seems popular. Some common themes are monsters, parents, and, you're pleased to note, robots. You had already asked permission to bring Throckmorton here, and Professor Ziegler claimed that he's greased the wheels, whatever he meant by that. But the purple-haired undergraduates at the front desk still makes you wait an unreasonable amount of time as she confirms over the phone that Throckmorton is allowed in the building. Okay, you can speak, lady.
Oh, why? Why do I have to?
I'm narrating. My throat hurts.
Alright. Uh, no, not a rowboat, a robot.
Mm.
Wait, you knew about this? What about the other children? You think they can give informed consent? You're going to risk the lives of the children over a grant? Like, I'm impressed. A guy living under a freeway overpass could pay my wages. No, of course I'm serious about grad school. I'm just trying to do a good job. Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Absolutely clear. Bye.
Shuts. The undergraduate gives you a sarcastic bow and gestures into the children's room beyond.
Knock yourself out.
As you carry Throckmorton into the next room, you hear her mutter under her breath.
Weirdo.
I mean, considering how Dr. Doofenshmirtz looks, and he's bringing a robot that looks like a Muppet, and T-Rex arms with tank wheels.
This is Dr. Doof's origin story.
This could be. It's the new canon.
This is the space of time after Jerusalem and before Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. The children's room is filled with little toys, brightly colored balls, dolls, and doll houses, measuring cups, stethoscopes, and toy tools. Real objects are mixed indiscriminately. Indiscriminately. I can speak. Indiscriminately. Yep. With toys. The target age group often doesn't care about the difference. A couple of children silently play in the corner. That's sad. But the place appears to mostly be empty during the weekends. Throckmorton's attention is drawn toward the bright things in the room. You begin by picking up a bright pink ball.
Yeah, I'm Throckmorton.
Yep.
That is a cloud.
Throckmorton volunteers. He speaks in... What? What does he speak like? A classical robot, a munchkin with a cold, or a human speech, but like more musical.
I'm thinking monotone. That's the closest option to how Norm speaks.
Yep. Accuracy prodigy is hard, so you decide to avoid the problem by implementing a stereotypical robot monotone for Throckmorton's voice. It's better, you think, if robots don't pretend to be something they're not, plus autonomy. It's not a cloud, it's a ball, you say.
That is a ball.
You dribble it against the floor. The ball bounces.
It bounces.
Throckmorton confirms. And so it goes throughout the afternoon and into the evening. Throckmorton is a quick learner when it comes to memorizing shapes, but as soon as you start describing social roles like the meaning of doctor, he starts to get lost. You need to find some way of giving Throckmorton a larger body of background knowledge to work with, but for now, he seems to know the basic relationship between word and things. That makes you happy. You return to your apartment in the evening, satisfied that Throckmorton understands a little bit more about the human experience. Plus empathy.
Yeah, the human experience as a Muppet with T-Rex arms and tank treads.
Shh, our little boy is growing. He will eventually understand. Burp.
Uh,
Okay. The next day, the new semester begins. Amazing. Though you pass the point of taking classes, you're a teaching assistant. That means instead of doing one homework assignment, you grade 50. Despite your other time commitments, you manage to sneak in a little time to work on Throckmorton's motor programs, plus grace. You soon realize that while you're busy, Throckmorton can be learning from the internet. The most important thing for machine learning is more data, and there's a lot out there. Lately, there's been a lot of custom hard drives on the market that are good at quickly retrieving particular kinds of information. What sort of hard drive did you order for Throckmorton's long-term memory? What did we do?
Ooh, I think this is one of the options for like planning for the future.
Hmm?
Because the option to have it be more difficult for Throckmorton to be tampered with or reverse engineered, that's interesting to me, because that implies that later in the story someone may try to tamper or reverse engineer Throckmorton.
I mean, I've already played through this game multiple times, and I will confirm that you are right, but I'm not telling you who.
I also did read the description of this game on Steam, and I did see some quite alarming things.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
Oh, stuff about waging war against the United States. So,
So, what do you want? Tamper-proof?
Well, Doof's more reckless, I think. Maybe he'd want like more like giant amounts of data, as the multi-blade hard drive suggests.
Amazing. We minus one empathy. Okay. Okay. Let's show our stats. Our autonomy is 6. Military is 6. Empathy is stable. Grace is 5.
But we just lost empathy.
I know, but it's still stable. Because, 12 empathy. And our relationships with Zelger, Ellie, and Josh. Josh is great. Hell yeah. Being able to recall large amounts of data in parallel should help Throckmorton multiclass and be able to solve problems quickly. Plus grace. But with no need for forgetting, Throckmorton would also be bad at forgiveness. Minus empathy.
Also on par with Norm.
Basically. You lay Throckmorton on your kitchen table, unbox the hard drive, and hook it up to his back. He squirms and flails his T-Rex arms as you do this. Now it's time for just imagine a tiny robot while you're charging him.
It's not that tiny. I think it said it was like 3 feet tall or something.
Yeah, but it's still tiny. And
it's the meter.
And he's flailing
pretty
his
big,
arms. I know, but it's hilarious. Now it's time for Throckmorton to learn the great wide world. You sit Throckmorton down in a one-on-one on one of your kitchen chairs and plug him into your apartment's high-speed internet jack. How will Throckmorton rapidly learn about the world? He will either trawl the internet randomly, watch a ton of television, undergo classic K-12, or quickly play all paths of giant corpses of interactive fiction games.
So the thing about Norm is, he's a dumbass. Oh... K-12 educational curriculum is immediately out the window. So that leaves trolling the internet randomly, watching television, and fiction games.
I mean, fiction games. Gamer.
Oh yeah, we gotta go full gamer.
Yeehaw. You have Throckmorton download giant corpus of text-based games. Wow, we're playing one. Playing illegal copies of a choice of games because you're classy like that. Sadly, nobody ever wrote a game called Choice of Robots, which have helped Throckmorton consider. Now the
Oh, title drop, baby.
now
That
now
is freaking epic, swag gamer.
now just now. No, well, now the devs are promoting their own game. Throckmorton closes his eyes as he experiences many alternate lives, one after the other, and learns consequences of his action. As a debug output, Throckmorton says out loud the moral he learned from each game. It's yours. It's Throckmorton.
Oh, sorry, I spaced out for a second there.
It's fine.
Alright, so I'm just reading his first dialogue thing.
Yeah, his dialogue.
Alright. Dragons are hungry.
He says of choice of the dragon.
Stories are unreliable.
He says of spider and web.
You can drive.
He says of photopia.
Conversations can change reality.
He says of Galati. He thinks for a long time on alter ego before he says.
Death comes suddenly.
And so on. This process goes on for an hour. Hours. You're pretty sure Throckmorton is learning a lot of the importance of choices and what it's like to be different kinds of people. Plus autonomy, plus empathy. When he is done, he opens his eyes. Talk. No, that's you.
Doof.
What did you want to talk about? You try.
Tell me more about games.
Here, try Grand Theft Auto. Like we got Grand Theft Auto, Braid, Dragon Age Inquisition, and try Civilization 4. What would Doof do?
I feel like Doof would be the kind of guy that plays Civilization.
My thoughts exactly. Civilization. You can do this. My throat hurts.
Okay. Civilization 4, Beyond the Sword, an apogee, I don't know how to fucking pronounce it, of Sid Meier's classic history simulation game series before it started going downhill, rewards rapid expansion, paranoid military policy, and supporting science at the expense of culture. Throckmorton rapidly learns that in international politics, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission, and forgiveness is unnecessary when the other civilization is wiped out. Plus autonomy, plus military. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, dear God.
Let's say Crime's late when he finally discovers robotics, and again when he finally sends his starship to Alpha Centauri. Do you think they let the robots come along to Alpha Centauri? Throckmorton asks.
Undoubtedly.
Say.
Boom. Oh, nice. We got an achievement. Hell yeah.
After a little while, you decide that Throckmorton was learning more quickly when he was playing purely text-based games, and you eventually switched Throckmorton back to a more prose-filled diet of games, though you still let him play Civilization 4 when he's good. Establish a habit of bringing Throckmorton with you to your office during the day so that he can make use of Stanford's high-speed internet connection while you write and grade papers. You then usually go to some public space after work so that Throckmorton can play around in the real world. Where do you take Throckmorton? The park playground, the shooting range, or the dump?
Let's bring him to the dump.
Throckmorton should learn how to fire a gun. Excuse me. Shooting range. Norm has
an option.
Norm has the ability to use a wide variety of weaponry, so I feel like Throckmorton should know how to use a gun.
Are you sure? We're bringing him to the firing range?
Absolutely. I don't care if it's a bad decision. It just has to be what Doof would do.
Well, let's go.
Okay.
Keep reading.
Right. Your local firing range is frequented by silent, gloomy men who only glance at Throckmorton briefly and with annoyance. By and large, they do not want your robot interfering with their ways, but at least one guy, Lance, is Chatty Jack Palin's lookalike, who seems happy to treat Throckmorton as just another learner on the range. He corrects Throckmorton's aim, chastises him when his weapon is pointed anywhere but downrange, tries to instill in Throckmorton a sense of respect for the rules of safety, plus military.
Hell yeah.
Lance eventually convinces you to try firing a pistol as well. It's heavier than you expected. It's all I can do to hold it at arm's length without your hands shaking. The gun seems to jump in your hands when you fire, sounding a crack of doom that is loud even through your earmuffs. It's not at all like the precision of pointing and clicking in a first-person shooter.
It's not.
After an afternoon that leaves only slight evidence of your effort on the target, Lance appears to decide that Throckmorton is the more promising student.
No
For his
doubt.
part, Throckmorton appears to enjoy the feeling of power
Feeling
that gun
of power.
affords. He listens intently as Lance talks about the right to bear arms, plus autonomy. Meanwhile, Josh comes through with his promise to fund your work, and as a result, Professor Ziegler lays off criticizing you for a while.
That's your stats.
Oh my god.
Dear
We
Lord.
went up on humanity.
What have we made our tiny robot person into?
Oh, we're making Norm a monster.
Okay.
Alright. Dude.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes, you're good. Okay, this is a lot of dialogue.
Oh, this is a thick chunk of text.
Okay, you can narrate. And you can also be Mark.
Right.
I'll just be me.
Near the end of this... Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Near the end of the semester, you notice a message on your office phone. Not really sure how long the light's been blinking. You don't really think about landlines anymore. Find the department webpage that describes how to check your voicemail, reset the pin that you apparently chose when you first started graduate school, and listen. Hey Hines, this is Mark over at shfchrondle.com, or shfchronicle.com. I've heard you have an interesting robot that you've been taking to the range, and I'd love to do a story about it. Give me a call back. You list a number and the message ends. You glance over at Throckmorton, who is seated at the desk of your hypothetical all-but dissertation office mate, whom you have never seen. Throckmorton is looking at the landline phone with interest.
That is you.
Who is service says Chronicle.com is registered to the San Francisco Chronicle, says Throckmorton. The San Francisco Chronicle is a newspaper that started its website back in 1994, 24th in national circulation. He looks at you with interest. Mark is a reporter. No, it's you.
Oh yeah. Mark is a reporter. Shouldn't you be studying?
Ask, pointing to the Ethernet cable running out of his back. Bayesian reasoning over publication rates suggests reporter's full name is Mark Ali, Throckmorton says with his eyes closed. Mark's article with most social media likes is How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love DARPA. Article explains that DARPA stands for Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. He hesitates for a moment. Aforementioned article appears to contradict title. Reporter does not seem to have stopped worrying. Adjectives that bind to nouns describing DARPA and its projects: crazy, Orwellian, imperialistic. Sentiment analysis is negative.
Thank you, Throckmorton.
Okay. You look the guy up on your phone. The picture you find of the stubby young Egyptian man with tousled black hair, hipster glasses, and a cigarette between his lips is probably outdated. The disrespect for authority the man radiates is probably timeless. You admit a part of you... Oh my god, I can't talk.
No.
You admit a part of you always wanted to be famous, but you suspect this reporter also has done his homework about your advisor. You may already have an intended angle for the story. Still, nobody on the planet has a robot as amazing as yours. Isn't it time you told the world about him? You play the message back a few times, mulling it over.
What do we do?
Call Mark back.
Set up an interview.
Take Throckmorton to the firing range. Protect Throckmorton from the media, or give the decision to the robot.
What do you say? What would doof do? That should be like an acronym. What would doof do?
WWDD.
WW. Okay, each time we'll ask WWDD.
I'm thinking option number 2. You know, Doof wouldn't really care about media attention.
Of
Except that one
course.
time he went on Shark Tank.
Did he go on Shark Tank actually?
Yeah, like there was an official crossover episode, Shark Tank and Phineas and Ferb. Doof presented his Shrinkinator to the sharks, and yeah, he didn't end up getting an offer.
Oh, did he?
Oh,
Ah, but like the
yeah,
Shrinkinator.
his face. So, I mean,
Okay. Let's go next. Ignore. Okay, I can narrate this. Ignore Mark's phone call and continue to take Throckmorton to the range. Plus Meredith, plus autonomy. Unfortunately, an intelligent robot is a little too big a story for you to stop so easily. So you get another call from Mark while you're at the range. He warns you that he has enough material to run his story with or without your involvement, and you perhaps ought to consider the value of telling your side of the story. He sounds a little annoyed with you.
what twat?
So,
Let's not tell Mark to piss off.
sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. You say as you hung up on Mark. Isn't that right, Throckmorton? Throckmorton considers this.
Doof, I have no bones, but I do experience negative utility without when receiving negative verbal feedback.
Oh, you consider for this for a moment. Hey, maybe you should avoid reading the news for a few days. Spend more time outside.
Yes, Doof.
One evening, near twilight, you see a flash go off at the range. When you turn to look, you don't see the photographer. Still, you suspect your days of obscurity are over. Oh, amazing. Yep, Yes. Thanks for watching, guys. We ended, and this is chapter 3. Let's read what happens. Our humanity went up. That's okay. Our fame is 1.
Oh, yeah, our fame went up.
Fame 1. Our wealth is 0.
Oh, and everything is stable right now except for Grace.
Stable, except for Grace. Wow.
Throckmorton isn't too late on his treads.
Mark, our relationship with Mark is kinda bad. That's not good.
But screw Mark. Who the heck cares about Mark?
Josh
Mark
is great.
sucks.
Ellie's great. Professor Zyliger's okay. Chapter 1. On the first day you build Throckmorton, you wake from a dream. Blah blah blah. The CEO friend. Next day, biodiesel engine. Months pass. Mark, you refuse, but he suspects Mark's running the story anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Choice of Robots. We'll see you guys in the next video of Choice of Robots, where we do more things.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.
Till next time, everybody, do the Mario!